Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, Ramblemania brings to you, it is I, your inaugural and four-time Ramblemania heavyweight champion, Hazel the Eye Zombie. Joining along with me, as always,
Twin Savage, let's go! We're here with another week,
we are Twin Magic, and welcome to another episode of Raw Rantz, where we talk about the good, the bad, and who booked this shit on Monday Night Raw. And just by Twin putting the thumbs down, he already knows that this Raw was bad. And for me, this Raw was just, I have so much shit that I want to say about this Raw.
A lot of sadly, it's a lot of downs for me this week. But you know, we're gonna talk about it. You know,
not a lot of build up also on this show because this was the go home show to Fastlane.
Oh my God, yeah.
And
that is true.
Before that, I got a few things I want to say. 6. You and I have to go one-on-one this Sunday. This is the pay-per-view you chose. I didn't want to do this. I wanted to wait till Mania, but since you want me to defend this belt on every fucking pay-per-view that WWE puts out, fine. I'll be the fighting champion that I am. I will put this on the line Sunday in one-on-one competition against you. Winner will go to WrestleMania with this belt. And I know it will be me. It's going to be me. Not that I wish you a very big defeat on this pay-per-view, but your defeat is coming. Just prepare for the inevitable.
Uh-oh.
We got some.
Hold on. You heard it there from the champ himself. He is ready. You know, he wasn't up for it, but he's ready, and he's
No, it wasn't that I wasn't up for it. It's just, you know, I had a list of pay-per-views that I wanted all of us to defend it on. Yeah. I didn't want to defend it at Fastlane, just like I didn't want to defend it at Elimination Chamber. It's not that I don't care for certain pay-per-views. It's just sometimes when I feel as if like this pay-per-view is not important for me to, you know, defend the belt. It's not about me losing it. Because you know what? Wins and losses do matter here at the Ramblemania show.
Yeah.
All right? They do matter. But overall, it's just like, it wasn't that, you know, because I don't care about the pay-per-view. It's just the pay-per-view to me is just something that I don't really see important. I get that this is another pit stop on the road to WrestleMania.
Mm-hmm.
And I get that me and Six tied at Revolution, and champions advantage I still had to retain. Mm-hmm. And if I tied with someone, I have to go one-on-one with them. Same thing with everyone else, you know?
That's
so
very, very true.
Again, it's not that I didn't want to defend the belt at Fastlane. It's just
you didn't feel the need to.
That's basically what it is. I just didn't want to. It's not, well, yeah, it's not, I didn't feel the need to defend it because this pay-per-view is bullshit. And I thought that this pay-per-view was gone after last year because did we get Fastlane last year?
I want to say no, but I'm not too sure, honestly.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know, man. But you know, 6, may the best man win this Sunday. Let's have some fun with this. Yesterday was Austin 316 Day, the 1 year anniversary of Austin 316 Day. Last year, they officially made it a thing for WWE purposes and all the other stuff. And I always like to, you know, watch old Austin matches. Like, yes, Austin is everyone's favorite wrestler. He's my all-time favorite wrestler. It's like, come on. You hear that glass break, huge pop within the arena everywhere. And I'll have to admit, when he showed up last year, when they were doing Raw at the Performance Center, it was really weird and awkward and uncomfortable because, yeah, there was no crowd. And, it didn't really live up to expectations. But, now that they're making this a yearly thing, they're plugging his stuff on the WWE network, shows on A&E, everything. What do you think? How do you feel about Austin 316 Day?
Honestly, I like it, man. A lot of people show respect to him because I was looking online today and LeBron James had like a LeBron 316.
Yeah,
It's Stone
it had the
Cold.
WWE logo on the back.
So I think it's pretty cool. I think Austin he really impacted a lot of people's like childhood. Because let's be honest, man. A lot of people know about wrestling. A lot of people know. A lot of people have their opinion on it, but people cannot lie when they're asked that question. Oh, have you ever watched wrestling? Hell yeah, you did, bro. Then how the hell you know about people like Stone Cold Steve Austin, Triple H, The Rock? Ric Flair, Hogan, like people, just like all these legends and stuff. You know about them because obviously you watch wrestling and some at some point in your life, like where maybe you didn't watch it frequently or you even looked it up. Like, wait, Stone Cold. Everybody's talking about Stone Cold. Oh, let me look him up. Oh, okay, this was Stone Cold. Now you're watching the video, so I think it's pretty cool. It's awesome, Stone Cold. Hopefully they'll give The Rock his own day.
I don't think he needs his own day.
For real, he's like a fucking top. So,
Yes, he is at the top of the food chain. He is way above WWE.
way
Like,
above all the rest.
yes, like he has his own tequila. He has his own shows. He has his own film company. He has the XFL.
His own shoe brand.
Yeah, that too. And he has a deal with Under Armour. This guy is, he's that close to being a billionaire on the net worth.
Bro, like he knew what he was doing, man. He knew, and that's the thing about I like about a person like The Rock. You feel me? He knows that wrestling was gonna take. It was good for it. It was good for him for the time being, but eventually your body, your body starts wearing off. You feel me? You can't perform the way you used to. And The Rock understood that. I'm pretty sure The Rock can still go, but he understood that there was more to life, not only wrestling. You feel me? And look at him now, bro. He's a perfect example, bro.
Yeah. But overall, like Austin is going to be someone that we are all going to love and respect, especially someone like 6XL because he worships Austin to.
That man loves Austin to his core.
So yesterday, me and him were talking, and I was trying to find like some Austin shirts online, and he I was trying to have him help me like find like pick out a shirt for me to buy and whatnot. So he sends me the one that during the Alliance Days 2001, where it's a black and orange font and then has the skull in the back. Like that shirt was cool, but I'm not a big fan of the font that they have on the shirt. So I sent him an old shirt from like the Attitude Era that they're not gonna ever put on the WWE shop, and that's the Austin 316 in blood, but they didn't have in my size, and I was like, fuck, I'm not gonna find a fucking Austin shirt at all. So then I found one that sort of resembles it, and I sent it to you so you can see it, and then I also ordered the what t-shirt.
Yeah,
because everyone has like Austin 316. Like that shirt is still like a top seller.
of course, hell yeah.
Next to your Bullet Club shirts, your NWO shirts, your Fiend shirts, and Undisputed Era or anyone.
Yeah.
Austin's merchandise is still going to sell even in this year, and it's still going to keep going forever.
Well, listen. Austin is just one of those guys, and the thing is, like, even his logo, bro. His logo is fire, bro. Smoking skull, bro. You can't go bad with that, bro. You can't go bad with that, bro. Any way that they make it, as long as it's a good, as long as it look good, it's always gonna sell.
So I went to Hot Topic earlier and I saw an Austin shirt that they had. It was a very old one, very attitude era one.
Yeah.
It was the Stone Cold University shirt,
Oh,
but they only had it on display. Like they didn't have it like in any sizes at all. So that was kind of a fucking bummer and shit.
I would have took the fucking display shirt. Fuck out of here.
But we got some wrestling news to start off with before our Raw rants.
Yeah.
Twin, you saw
Yeah.
Sacrifice this last weekend.
Yes, sir. So we have a few things before we get to the main event. We have brand new X Division champion in Austin Ace, right?
Ace
Uh,
Austin.
Austin, there you go. Yes. In Ace Austin, we have a new X Division champion. I believe we have a new tag team champion in Finjuice, uh,
Yes.
David Finley and Juice Robinson. So we have that. I believe Donna Peraza had a good bout against, it was pretty good against ODB. OBD returned. She had a shot at the Knockouts Championship, but couldn't get the job done. Good job by Donna Peraza. And then we go on. Well, I think Rhino joined Eric Young's.
Violent by Design is the name of the faction.
That's which I'm liking. I'm digging.
So it's Eric Young, Joe Doring, Joe Doring Jr., I believe,
Yeah,
and one of the Deaners is in there, Cody Deaner
yeah, Cody Dean. Yeah. So
and Rhino now.
yeah, which he went on the internet and was like he was like shocked on when return. So that's gonna be an angle when he come back. When he come back, that's gonna be an angle right there. Then we go to the main event in an awesome, I think an awesome main event. We go with the TNA World Heavyweight Champion Moose versus the Impact World's Champion Rich Swan. The match was crazy. I enjoyed it. Some awesome spots. I believe it was the Spanish Fly. Oh, it was like a yeah, it was a Spanish fly to like a Muso way, I think. But it was crazy. That
Somebody there was a spot where someone pulled an Evan Bourne Randy Orton Monday Night Raw
yeah, that
RKO spot.
oh my yeah, I almost forgot. I literally almost forgot that spot. Yeah, that was another amazing spot. Shout out to Rich Swan for actually winning, becoming double champion, and the opportunity to face Kenny by God Omega, the AEW World Heavyweight Champion. So now we're gonna see them both at Rebellion. And that should be an interesting match, man. I think Kenny Omega he's gonna take it. But it's gonna be an awesome match. I can't wait to see it. Once again, shout out to Rich Swan, shout out to Moose, shout out to everybody down out there at Impact. You guys do an amazing job every week, and keep up the great work, man. I
What do
gave
you
I gave the show like I would say I enjoyed it a lot, so I would say a B. I would say around a B. Like
so solid bars?
yeah. So it was a good pay-per-view. I enjoyed it.
So I was sitting here earlier before I set everything up. I only saw one segment during the show, and it was Rich Swan out out in the ring saying his stuff, and Don Callis
Oh, the
shows
invisible.
up.
Did you
And
hear? Did you hear before you start? Did you hear his entrance song, bro?
that's what I was just gonna talk about. I'm like, you know what?
Uh,
For someone like Don Callis, it fits him. It's very classical, very heel like. Because yeah, he is the invisible hand.
mm-hmm.
He is the mastermind of this whole thing. He likes to bring up the fact that he was the reason why Jericho and Omega had their match at Wrestle Kingdom. And he is doing an amazing job with Impact Wrestling and managing Kenny Omega and everything that he's doing with AEW too. He's doing a great job with them.
Like honestly, it's like big shout out to him, man. Like he's doing a lot of things that a lot of people thought it was impossible. Like a lot of people thought, like, oh no, we're not gonna get these companies working together. All this drama between them. But yo, shout outs to him and everybody else that are now coming together and trying to make this work. The New Japan having their wrestlers show up on Impact. You got Impact people. Um, going to AEW. You got New Japan people showing up in AEW. So like this is it's getting awesome, man. Hopefully we can see something with MLW, man. Like because those people they got an awesome roster over there. I would love to see like maybe Contra Unit showing up in like Impact or New Japan or something. They have an awesome group. But yeah, that's all.
Mm-hmm. So I when I was watching the promo and hearing this guy's music, I'm like, this is perfect. And then he comes out, he says this stuff to Rich Swann, and then the only thing that catches my attention is when he yells at him, and he's just yelling at him, "One-winged angel, one-winged angel, one-winged angel." And I'm just like, yeah, that's how you are when you do your commentary. It's just insane.
Like, that was a good moment right there. Like,
but he kind of got into Rich Swann's head. And Rich Swann is basically like, he was literally giving thought of everything that, Don Callis was saying. And I like I like when they build up characters like that. Like, when they say that, the inevitable is coming, they know that it's coming. And Rich Swann is just sitting there like, maybe he might be right. Like, maybe this...
I mean, think about it. He wasn't lying. Kenny Omega did pin him in the match between when it was him, Motor City, and the Good Brothers and Kenny Omega. Kenny Omega did pin Rich Swann, so at the end of that promo, it did have Rich Swann just like sitting there like thinking, looking at his titles like, damn man, like he. But knowing Rich Swann ain't gonna let that, ain't gonna let that hold down.
Mm-hmm. So
now we get to let's go. Let's get to this.
We got some beef now going on between Miro, Kip Sabian, Penelope Ford versus Jim Cornette.
Sure.
Jim Cornette said some things about Penelope. Basically, point blank simple, he just called Penelope Ford a slut. And people, I have the tweets right here, and they had a lot to say about this. And this is like getting very serious. Miro basically says to Jim Cornette, if you call Penelope slut again, I'll come like God's wrath on you. You understand? I'll personally drive to your basement. He also writes,
more like attic, but
he also writes, Jim Cornette, bring not only pro wrestlers down, but young women and men get abused and name called for 40 views on YouTube. Jim Cornette replies back by he calls Rusev like Pluto, but he calls him Bluto, like the Popeye villain and shit. So he says, somebody that's known me for a while better sit down and tell you why you're making a drastic error trying to joust with me before I make you wish you'd never tried to learn English. You toothless lamb about to piss off a wolf, and I just want you to be aware of your peril. That's what he wrote to Miro. And he also writes, oh, fuck it. This will be too good to pass up. Somebody tell noted video game nerd and Popeye villain wannabe at Miro that I'm not going to waste this tongue lashing in pieces on Twitter. It'll come this Tuesday on the Drive-Thru podcast, and it will be glorious. Don't tell Penelope.
Oh
no, he's not even that. This is what he says about Rusev now. Well, Miro. I gotta stop calling him Rusev. So he also says this. No, he's not even that talented. Just a great value brand Ryback on a generic brand show. And I like I listen to Jim Cornette stuff, and yeah, he's a straight shooter. He doesn't care. Like sometimes I do tell myself he does not care about anything he says, and he gets away with a few things, but sometimes he goes way too far with
Yeah,
some of his things, and I
yeah.
think sometimes you need to chill the
The
fuck out with what you say.
yeah, he definitely has no filter. Yeah, he's a wild one, man. Somebody got to put him in his place. But let's be honest. Jim Cornette been saying disrespectful and rude shit like this, pretty
And
much.
he's been doing this for years.
Yeah, like like he's like not he's like Eminem in a way. You know how Eminem's always controversial. Now they talk about this young girls trying to cancel him. You know,
Yeah.
so it's like Jim Cornette has been pissing people the fuck off for years now. For years now. So it's like I get I understand Miro's point. This guy has to stop at some point. Somebody has to put him in his place. But this man's been doing this for years, so it's like you know
It's just ridiculous, and
yeah it is.
I hope this doesn't like elevate into something like even more controversial. Like leave it the way it is and just move on.
Yeah,
Miro does not need to get in a lot of hot water because of this. Kip does not need to get involved. Penelope already said what she needed to say about Jim Cornette and all that other stuff.
facts.
In general, like Jim Cornette needs to learn when to kick
Sure.
back, relax, and just know your place. Know when to quit, and know when you know that what you probably did is wrong on all occasions. All right, submitted to the approval of the Ramblemania show. This is the tale of Braun Strowman getting slimed by Shane McMahon. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, let's get ready to ramble. We open up Monday Night Raw at
Sure.
the Thunderdome with Bobby Lashley and MVP coming out. They got a promo. And notice how this whole entire show on Raw, MVP is only with Lashley. He was not with Cedric Alexander and Shelton
Yeah,
Benjamin. All
that's
right.
true.
So Bobby Lashley comes out in his fucking amazing entrance. And while he's making his way down to the ring, they announce immediately out of stupidity. And this is where the show completely just went to shit. They immediately announced Drew McIntyre versus Bobby Lashley for the WWE Championship at WrestleMania. That like you just basically spoiled it for all of us. So Sheamus is not even gonna fight for number one contendership. It's just whatever now.
Yo, what's crazy? I didn't even realize that. You're right. Because it was supposed to be Sheamus versus Drew, and the winner of that supposed to face.
Bobby Lashley.
But they just announced that. Yo, that's crazy. You're right. Yeah.
Like we all knew that Drew was gonna go face Lashley at Mania. We all saw Elimination Chamber. We all saw what our story was gonna go towards.
Yeah.
We all knew that, but it was just it pissed me off that they literally plugged this match immediately. Knowing okay, yeah, this is the go home show to Fastlane, but still, it was in wrong timing indeed. I don't know if that was like if that was botched or if that was just really meant to be in the script. If that was and they did that, then fine, whatever. But still, overall, it's like we didn't need this package now, not yet. All right, so they get MVP and Lashley are in the ring. They're all like fucking suited up and all that shit.
Yeah, I was gonna say that they'll drip the fuck down.
Yep. Um, again, they bring it up again. The Almighty era has begun. You know, he talks about how he beat the Miz and everything else. Then Miz comes out with John Morrison, and the Miz just says the same shit, except now it's just it's not gonna happen when he says it, because now when we talk about what happens later on, everything comes full circle. So talks about, you know, like, this could have been the match at WrestleMania. We could have been the main event. We could have been the rivalry of the century. Drew comes out, just walks right past John Morrison and the Miz. Doesn't even look at them. No,
acknowledge them at all.
Doesn't even look at them. Just goes straight into the ring, gets in Bobby Lashley's face, and, you know, tells him, "This is us. You know, I'm gonna beat Sheamus, then I'm go after you, and I'm gonna become WWE champion at WrestleMania."
Pretty much.
So then they start talking, and then Miz comes back, and then he says a few words. The promo ends basically because there's a match taking place between Drew McIntyre and the Miz. So the promo ends. We see MVP still like at the end of the ramp. Bobby Lashley is walking out of the stage. Sheamus now shows up and beats him up. Well, before all that, they assault Drew McIntyre. Drew McIntyre takes the DDT, and then that's when this whole thing happens with Sheamus. He beats up Bobby Lashley on the stage, and then that's basically it with that promo.
Yeah, it was. I think the promo was pretty good. It wasn't that bad. It was, you know, it's typical Raw. You know, we started out with a promo and stuff like that. So I thought it was pretty good. It was a good way to start. Then you had the Miz attacking, you know, Drew at the end.
We now cut to the Miz and Drew McIntyre in the ring.
Yeah.
What were your thoughts on this match?
Honestly, it was typical shit. You know, Miz. You know, Drew starts off good. Miz gets the one up on him for a little bit. Then, you know, Drew just takes over, wins. Wait, did he win?
Yeah, he won. He won by basically.
Oh yeah. He
did the hurt lock onto Miz,
which I don't know. I thought it was a little cheesy. I get it. Like, I get it. He's gonna face Lashley. Lashley honestly has made that move. Like, we all remember when Chris Masters, you know, when he had that move, and he was really, you know, he was making it very, you know, it was very powerful when he had it as well, for a little bit. But now it's good to see Lashley actually bring it back, and like that man, with all the muscle that man has, the upper body strength, you know, and the way he just like rags them, you know, like really like. You know, like he's really has made that submission like up there, you know, with like the figure fours and stuff like that. Like, that move has been an unstoppable finisher.
So yeah, like when Chris Masters did it, I remind you that Bobby Lashley was the first person to ever break the Master Lock challenge.
Yes, sir. Yes, just
so
interesting.
My thoughts were like, so they gave him this move because he was the first person to defeat the the Master Lock challenge. I was like, okay, like it's fine. Like, it's good to have a submission as your finisher here or there. Like, sometimes you don't want to do the same fucking move.
It's funny that nobody has mentioned that. Like, you know that he actually broke out of that move a while ago.
Yeah, he was the very first person to break out of it. After that, they stopped doing it. They just stopped doing the Master Lock challenge.
Yeah, like, or you didn't see people like actually do that move at all. Like, that move, it's like that move vanished. You feel me? Lashley brought it back, and that was an unstoppable move. So shout out to Lashley on that, man. But the match was cool. You know, it was what it was. You know,
I mean, the match to me was like, it wasn't as it was an okay match. Yeah, Miz had to get beat, but it was the ending that bothered me. It was just like, did he really like have to use the Bobby Lashley's own finishing move to beat the Miz. Like, come on. The Miz beat you with his own finisher, the Skull Crusher finale. Like, I understand why they had Drew McIntyre do this.
Yeah.
No more leg slapping. No more of that shit. And he did it on Monday Night Raw. He did it twice.
Bro, okay, he don't care, bro. He don't care if he get what they really gonna do to him, bro.
And again, I think that rule is stupid. Like, no more legs. Like, come on, what's next? You're gonna basically tell everyone to just literally hit each other for real? Like, people are gonna get concussed and hurt.
My thing, right? My thing is, like, I don't mind it. It just sometimes it looks bad on TV, like when it's OD visible, when it's visible, like there's some people that do it that sometimes you don't even recognize it.
All right, so we cut backstage.
Yes, sir.
To Bad Bunny and Damian Priest.
Yes, sir.
And yeah, they're having some shit with the Miz. And again, this is now, I've been telling you this for a while. Like, they were gonna have this rivalry take place at Mania. That's why everything now came full circle again on this night. So they make jokes on him about how, like, Miz won the WWE Championship, and Bad Bunny's like, oh, he won the title, all this stuff. So they're sitting there, they're making jokes. Miz and Morrison leave. So these guys are talking. You see R-Truth like sneaking up from behind with the lunchbox in his hand, getting ready to whack Bad Bunny with it. Damian Priest spots it, and he's like,
always.
So R-Truth basically, trying to find ways to get his title back. So he's bribing. He wants to make a trade to Bad Bunny. So he's trading him the lunchbox. He's trading him the Smoking Skull Championship and a Stone Cold Steve Austin plushie. And what does he want in return? He wants his baby back. So
that's what he wants, bro.
I understand. I think I understand why they did this. They wanted Bad Bunny to hold on to the title because he's this big star. He's getting all this popularity. He's getting all this clout. He's giving WWE their clout, by having their title appear on different television shows. I don't know if the belt appeared in the Grammys. If it did, awesome. It didn't?
It didn't. Nah.
But still, it was still a big moment, a celebrity who's not a wrestler holding on to a WWE championship, winning a Grammy. Oh, and congratulations to Nas on winning his very first Grammy ever, too.
Yes, also
about fucking time, man. It's about time. All right, so the trade is the deal has been made. The 24/7 championship is now back in R-Truth's hands. And notice how when Bad Bunny was holding on to the 24/7 championship,
nobody.
The minute R-Truth gets it, all these motherfuckers just show up.
Nowhere.
Tozawa, Gulag, fucking Humberto Carrillo and his new fucking physique. Did you see his physique?
He's brolic, bro.
That nigga's trying to get on. He's trying to get back on TV.
Bro, looking like that he is, bro.
I wonder who's been helping him.
I don't know, bro, but somebody has, bro. Like, I'm telling you, no lie, bro. I just gotta say this, bro. A lot of these wrestlers, man, they getting ripped, bro. Like, a lot of these wrestlers, bro, they getting in shape, bro, and it's amazing to see, bro. It's amazing to see, bro.
Shane comes out now, and I hate this bullshit. I hate this bullshit. Like, this is the worst thing that Braun Strowman could ever do in WWE right now. So, again, Shane McMahon, stupid is and stupid does and stupid this and stupid that. And notice how he was flubbering the whole time he was saying stupid. Like, he was forgetting his lines again. I'm like, dude, what the fuck?
Like, we just practiced this. Like,
so they're talking over each other, literally yelling at each other like a bunch of fucking high school kids. And Braun mentions how, like, I dealt with bullies like you in school. I may have been poor and never been to no Ivy League school, and I hate people like you. You know, they start bickering at each other over the mic, and basically Braun just wants a match with Shane McMahon.
That's what
And again, the match is accepted. This is just stupid. Like, Randy Orton right now should be getting mad every time Shane McMahon says stupid multiple times in these promos with Braun. Because I really hate this. This is the worst thing that they could do for Braun, because apparently they had nothing for him. Which was even more dumb. Like, how can you not have anything for Braun Strowman? This guy's a huge fucking star.
and that's the thing I'm saying, man. Like, Braun is such a beast, bro. He's big as shit, bro. He's big, he's strong, bro. You can literally make this guy, like, all you just need to work on is his mic skills, because sometimes he be fucking up and shit like that. But bro, like, honestly, bro, you can make this guy like one of your top stars, bro, and you're just making him look like the Big Show, bro. Honestly, and it's sad, man. It's sad and it disappoints me, man. It really does, man. Because that man has the potential to be a beast, bro.
We now cut to the women's tag team match.
Yeah.
Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler come out to do commentary with the Raw team, and the match is basically Dana Brooke and Mandy Rose taking on Naomi and Lana. And Lana so this is officially the team now, because now Lana and Naomi have their own graphic entrance. Lana's feeling the glow with Naomi and shit. So I'm guessing this is going to be the new gimmick for Lana now.
Yeah, I need to say this, right? In their entrance, when they did the slide,
Lana kept pulling her fucking leg up.
No, yeah, because when they both slid, I guess Lana's kneecaps were like that. Her pad, like the pad to her knees, were like dry. So she tripped. Like she like she wasn't able to slide, so she tripped, and then she did like a spin. She did like a spin and then kicked her legs up to try to, so nobody will peep it. But I seen the mess up. It wasn't her fault. She just gotta add maybe like a little bit of oil, like a baby oil on the knee pad before, just so she can see able to slide down. Yeah. Honestly, like she could have like fucking like rammed her face, bro. Like she could have. Thank God she was like very quick on her, like very fast instincts and stuff like that. So yeah, I just wanted to point that out. But honestly, the entrance didn't look bad. They just got to work on it. It was the first time. But yeah.
What did you think of the match?
Match is okay. Honestly, it's like the majority of the matches tonight, man. They're gonna be like okay, like wasn't really much to it, Who we had? Who did the one go to? It went to Lana?
It went to Dana Brooke and Mandy Rose. Dana Brooke pinning.
Wasn't it? It was a distraction though, right? It was
called. Asuka made her return.
Oh, okay, yeah. See, so I knew it was something like, yeah. So honestly, I want to say good to have Asuka back. I believe we're gonna get what, Asuka versus Shayna. You think?
Not really, because we have the women. We have them defending against Sasha Banks and Bianca Belair again on Fastlane.
All right, your opinion on that, real quick. Do you think they're gonna win?
No, like they're gonna hold. These girls are gonna hold on to these belts till Mania. It's stupid because it's just plain stupid. They never should have. They never should have booked this pay-per-view, and they never should have booked this match. This pay-per-view should not be happening. It's just, we could just be going on the road to Mania. Why do we need another fucking pit stop? We had Elimination Chamber. We don't need any more fucking goddamn pay-per-views.
We don't. Unless
the match to me was boring. It was dumb. It was just basically like, all they kept talking about was Nia Jax and Reginald Somalia, going shopping and all that other stuff. Asuka made her return, going after Shayna Baszler for kicking her tooth out. And, they have that match later on. again, this is not a match that I should really care for because the women's division desperately needs the help.
The same thing every week. Us too.
Well, before we get to the next thing, you noticed that Charlotte was not on this Raw
Yeah,
taping, right?
I was just gonna say that she wasn't on this week.
So I think the only reason why is most likely because we didn't talk about this last week, and I want to bring this up real quick before we talk about the next thing. So
Yeah,
Andrade asked for his release on last week's Raw and got denied.
yeah. Of course, they. It's like you said. They don't want him to. They don't want him to to ship to the other brand, or the company, other.
I mean, I don't even think he would go to. I don't even think he would go to AEW immediately. I think he would go straight back to CMLL or he would go to AAA.
Honestly.
Not that he's not a good market for the American promotions, but you know he still needs to work on his English. He needs to improve more, but hopefully, Charlotte could work things out with McMahon. We we've been we've been hearing that he wanted to go back to NXT. Like he'd rather go back to NXT because he he would get more opportunities there, and he'll
Yeah,
get utilized more. And I'll be honest, I'd rather see him go back to NXT.
I agree, bro. He has some of his best work, honestly, bro, was in NXT. Like I was saying, if honestly, I do see him going to Ring of Honor. He has somebody over there that he's very familiar with,
Oh
and
yes,
yeah,
you did tell me.
he has Roosh over there. He has Roosh's father, the brother. He has the whole faction over there. Honestly, I think when they get rid of Kenny King, yeah, I think they're gonna split. If they do split, honestly, they could fill that spot in with Andrade if WWE release him, which would be fucking awesome because Andrade will fit well. He's hard hitting. He's big now. You feel me? So he will fit in right with them. They're all Aki in that group as well.
Yeah, I don't want to see Andrade just sitting at home like that. It's someone like him should be wrestling every week.
He be fucking utilized. He should be utilized, bro. He's a fucking great talent. He does some awesome work, man. WWE, man, it's like I say multiple times, man. They pick and choose, man. They have their people, and that's that, man. If you're not one of those people, then you know what? You just be in the back, man.
We cut backstage to Gorilla. The New Day are getting ready to go face Cedric Alexander and Shelton Benjamin for the Raw Tag Team Champions. Here comes
Yep.
Matt Riddle scooting his way over there to wish them good luck. He talks about getting matching tattoos with them, which is like, dude, no, weird, no. But then it's like, matching stallions. He calls his scooter his stallion now. And they're talking about like doing 180s and all that other shit. It bothered me. It was so weird because like Kofi Kingston got like the good handshake, like the pound and the hug, and then Xavier Woods like all awkwardly just shook Matt Riddle's hand. Mark the fuck out. So and then we had this fucking match. You want to say your stuff first before I say mine?
Are we talking about the tag team?
Yes, we're talking about the Raw Tag Team Championships.
Yeah. So I'm not gonna lie, man. The match between New Day and the Hurt Business, honestly, it's a good rivalry. They do well in the ring. They do very well in the ring. I was extremely shocked with the ending. I was not expecting the Hurt Business to lose the titles. They've been on a very, very great run. So I was not expecting them to lose. So yeah, that was a shocker. I feel the match was good, but honestly, with it ending with the Hurt Business, losing their titles, I gave it a down. Like the match itself was good, but the ending was very disappointing to me, and I was not expecting it. So yeah, that's what I have to say. But it was a great match. It was a great match, but of course, like every great match, the ending is shitty, and that's all I have to say.
I mean, I wouldn't say the ending was shitty. I just say the booking in general was shitty. The match, like, this was match of the night indeed. This was the best match that they put on Monday Night Raw. Oh, like, these guys, like, New Day has good chemistry with everyone, and I mean everyone that they
Yo,
face.
any tag team, bro. Literally any tag.
Any tag team, and that's the thing that surprises me is, like, no matter how many times New Day, get defeated, they beat the odds, and they put on a good showing, whether the product is good or bad.
Yeah.
Whether the pay-per-view is good or bad, you put them in a match, the match is going to be very superb, even if it means they have to steal the show. But I'm sorry, I am 100% sorry that I'm going to say this. They didn't need these. They did not need this. They definitely did not need to win this. I think it was a fucking shame that the Hurt Business of all people had to be the ones to eat the goddamn pin, because they were doing so goddamn well. So fucking well. They had all the fucking gold, and now we're back. Everything is now. It feels like everything is just gonna go back to square one. Once Bobby Lashley loses, it's like, what's next for the Hurt Business? It's not gonna be nothing. All of them are gonna separate, and then they're gonna do something else. It was just hold on. This whole thing pissed me off. It pissed me. It still pisses me off, knowing that the WWE literally don't care about tag teams, but they have to rely on the one tag team that they know sells the most merch, gets over the most with the crowd, with the matches, and all this other shit. I did not want to see the New Day become 11-time tag team champions. Nobody wanted to see that, and I'm not hating on them for their accomplishment. They have the most tag team championship reigns overall. They have the longest tag team championship reign overall. You can never take that away from them. But you cannot be doing this shit every fucking time. I get sick and tired of Raw, SmackDown. What's next? You're going to go to fucking NXT when the goddamn tag team belt's there? I don't want that. Nobody wants that. But congratulations on winning the fucking tag team belts. Good match. Fuck your booking. I don't give a shit. This is a prime example of plain stupidity. And this is how stupid it gets. After the match, AJ Styles and Omos come out. They're declaring themselves the number one contenders for the Raw Tag Team titles at WrestleMania. So you're going to tell me we're not going to get a fucking rematch between the Hurt Business and the New Day? Not even at Fastlane? You're not even going to add them to the fucking match? Can we just have a triangle ladder match for the tag team belts? Can we just do that?
I got to lower you down because, sorry, ma.
It's, again, congratulations to the New Day. Again, 11-time Raw Tag Team Champions. Yay, great. All right, fine. No, ever take that away from you. I'm not hating on you guys. I just hate the fact that you literally had to, Vince literally went to you and you told him, yeah, no problem. That was just sad. Like, fucking corporate chills, man.
I mean,
I don't really. This division really needs help. Or like after Mania, they need to do something with this division. They have to. They fucking have to, because at this point, there's nothing left for the New Day. Nothing. Yeah, most likely, yes, it's going to come down to Omos and AJ winning the tag team championships at Mania, giving Omos his first ever championship, and making AJ the Grand Slam champion. We have Damian Priest taking on Jackson Riker, of all people, and no need for you to give your opinion. Skip, because what the fuck? Nothing happened here that was important. All that mattered was what happened after the match. Elias comes out, gets in Bad Bunny's face. Bad Bunny grabs the guitar. He picks up Bad Bunny, go for a scoop slam, counters. Bad Bunny throws his very first work punch in WWE, and Elias takes a bump. Cool. So now Damian Priest and Bad Bunny are standing in the ring. John Morrison comes out applauding them. I thought he cut his hair for a minute because he just came out with this weird fucking mullet.
Yeah, it was weird. I was like, and I was gonna mention it earlier when we was talking earlier when he came out. I was gonna mention it, but yeah, that haircut is very weird on him. I don't like it.
I mean, so yeah, he comes out, he starts applauding them. It's a trap. Miz grabs the guitar and whacks Bad Bunny. Now, this is another thing that pissed me off. You missed Miz hitting Bad Bunny with the guitar. We had to see the replay. Oh my god, yo, fuck this company and their product. Kevin Dunn, fuck you and your production.
It's the typical shit that they do, man. Like when there's a great spot, oh, 10 angle up, there you go. Like, you know, it's very annoying, very frustrating. But you know, we have to come to understand that that's typical WWE shit, man. It really is.
I mean, you know, just looking at John Morrison right now, he looks fucking stupid looking. All right, so we cut backstage to now Zara Schreiber interviewing MVP and Bobby Lashley.
Yo, my.
Once again, where's Shelton Benjamin and Cedric Alexander in this whole thing? Not there. So something is going on right now, and I think next week we'll probably figure that out with the Hurt Business. Yeah. So you know they cut a promo. Basically, you know, they open up with the Almighty Era has begun, and blah blah blah. Mm-hmm. Bobby Lashley talks about how he's going to destroy Sheamus, and he's going to destroy Drew McIntyre at WrestleMania, and now we cut to this bullshit. We now have the match between Shane McMahon and Braun Strowman, aka Big Show 2.0, aka motherfucking A-Train.
AKA for Shane?
No, for fucking Braun.
No. I'm just saying for Shane, bro. He slays everybody, bro.
So let me remind you that this match is a no contest.
Yeah.
So the match starts. Well, the match doesn't start. Shane McMahon rolls out of the ring, grabs a microphone, starts talking to Braun about how he needs to get his exercise on. So he's doing Steiner push-ups and he's doing jumping jacks. And he's running around. Notice out of nowhere, you see in the different camera angles, and he still has the mic in his hand. And he says, you know, Braun, I had something here set up for you. You know, you used to talk about how you used to get bullied in school. So I figured we have a little bit of recess on this spare time. So there's a fucking hopscotch mat outside of the ring. And Shane's like, I have this hopscotch here for you. You know, I could do this for my exercise. And, like, you know, he's doing it while he's counting. And he's like, I could do this while exercising. You could do this for when you need to know how to count. So Braun is just like, Braun is just done with his shit. He runs around, tries to grab Shane McMahon. So goes back out into the ring, goes back, they run again, they come back in. Now he grabs him, beats him up a little bit. Then Shane gets the upper hand. Braun does his signature choo-choo train shit. Chugga, choo-choo. Boom! Out, my hand hit the camera. My hand hit a $100,000 camera. And Shane is just whacking this man with the camera, and he's just whacking him with the camera. Puts him, like, he disassembles the table. He whacks Braun again with the camera, plants him on the table. does his signature elbow off the top rope through the announce table. Boom! I mean, Shane McMahon knows how to pull that shit off lovely. Even at his age, like, I'm surprised he can still, like, do the shit that he does. But the shit that he's doing now in this angle is just plain old stupid. It's just straight up stupid. And then it just gets even more stupid. So, apparently, Kenan Thompson offered them some slime from last week's Nickelodeon Kids' Choice Awards, and Shane has them under the ring. He has 2 buckets of slime, of Nickelodeon slime on him. And he pours the first one into Braun Strowman. And he's like, and he's just beating him and grabbing him his beard. And, you know, it's just calling him stupid.
Violated him, honestly.
And it's like, you know what? One bucket isn't enough. Where's that other bucket? He grabs the other bucket and he just pours it onto Braun Strowman. And what bothered me is that the commentators were saying this green viscous liquid shit. And I was just like, just say slime. You don't have to be that intelligent. And then it's over.
Yeah, it was a weird segment. I don't see how somebody like Braun is getting his ass whooped by Shane, but it happened. Yeah, it's like it was understandable, you know, back in the days when it was like Kurt Angle and Shane, you know, they beat the shit out of each other, or like Shane versus like Kane, you know, like. But Braun is a monster, bro, and to have just Shane just whoop his ass the way he did, bro. Honestly, it's like it's shocking and it's weird. Like I don't know, it was an okay segment. It was just very weird, you know, definitely for Braun stuff. I feel like for Braun.
Yeah. I mean, look, and they're gonna have this match set up at Fastlane. It's most likely like Shane McMahon's gonna win that match, and then they're gonna give Braun his WrestleMania moment by beating Shane in some kind of crazy stipulation, whatever the hell they come up with.
Yeah,
it's gonna come up with it's gonna come up with some type of thing that, you know, Shane McMahon's gonna fall off the pirate ship.
You ain't know something. You ain't know something extreme by Shane McMahon's gonna happen.
We cut to Alexa Bliss's playground. Basically, she's challenging Randy Orton to a match at Fastlane.
So, yeah, I mean, we all know where this is leading. Hopefully, we get the Fiend finally showing up at Fastlane.
I hope I mean,
you know, I've been waiting for this moment for a while already. So
it's been a long time. Like, I mean, not been a long time. It's been a couple months.
It's been a couple of months, but honestly, Raw feels different, man. Definitely when the Fiend's not there. Like, come on, like when the Fiend is there, bro. Like, honestly, let's be honest. When the Fiend's there, we're all looking forward to seeing like what crazy shit he's gonna do. You feel me?
Like I just feel as if now, like they could have done like some Firefly Funhouse like segments, you know, just with the puppets and with Alexa.
Something, bro. Because honestly, the Alexa thing is fine. But you know, it's getting a little weird. You know, it's weird to have her and not have the Fiend or any of his characters. You know, like there.
And another thing is like I don't like that they have to put her like her playground like backstage. Like, you know, you could have put it in like a dark room or in the Firefly Funhouse. You know, you could have done it there at least. Like, it's so dumb just having it backstage with the Raw logo on the back with the TV there too. It's just so dumb.
I have another thing to say, right? This Hall of Fame thing, right? This Hall of Fame thing. They announced Molly Holly, right? I know we're a few weeks away from WrestleMania, whatever. When are they gonna start announcing the other ones? Like,
well,
it's supposed to be like every week, like.
Well, I'm hoping they make the next announcement at Fastlane or something.
Maybe on Fastlane or sometime this week. like before.
JTG was talking about that Shad Gaspar should receive the Warrior Award. Well, his family.
He's pushing very hard for that. He's pushing very hard for WWE to make Shad Gaspar the Ultimate Warrior.
Like give him the Warrior trophy and stuff.
Yeah.
I would like to see that. You know,
think I think they should. I don't see anybody else honestly. There's a lot of people that deserve that award, but let's be honest. The the sacrifice that he did before he passed away. Come on, that's a stronger that's a stronger symbol. Of a Ultimate Warrior award. For him. Like he went out a hero, man, and I feel like that in general, like he deserves to win it.
all right. Now the next match we have is Asuka taking on Shayna Baszler.
Yeah,
What were your thoughts? What were your thoughts on this match?
Oscar came to whoop her ass. That's what I gotta say. Oscar came to whoop her ass and mess up her teeth, which that wasn't gonna happen. But she just like it was a back and forth match. But then at the end, Oscar had her mouth like at the turnbuckle in the corner on the last one on the bottom. Pretty much trying to take her too far. Whatever the referee tried to stopped her before she did any like crazy damage. Yeah, so the match is pretty good. It was what expected. Shayna knocked her too far. She want revenge. So yeah.
Uh, I think like yeah, basically I could agree with everything you said. Like Asuka just wanted revenge against Shayna and she got it. Yeah, the turnbuckle exposed on the bottom with Shayna Baszler's mouth on it. That was kind of scary, and I mean I knew they weren't gonna do it, so I think it was good just to tease that. I mean,
Yeah.
overall, Oscar getting the win, good. Now we could see where she's gonna go next. If it's facing Charlotte, then fine. Retribution. They're not cutting a promo. It's Ali basically telling them, like trying to, guide them, lead them, and all that stuff. When then out of nowhere, a wild Matt Riddle appears with his scooter. He's like, bro, and that was just like it was just so hilarious. And then we have the match, Ali versus Matt Riddle for the United States Championship, and Matt Riddle actually comes out with the scooter.
Which you've been wanting for quite a while already.
It wasn't that. It wasn't like I wanted that to happen. It was just like it was just a suggestion. So I'm guessing someone was. So I'm guessing someone was actually watching our stuff.
Listen, it was a suggestion that you truly wanted. Okay, you was like, yo, he should come out with a scooter. For 2 weeks in a row, he didn't. So it was good to see him in the third week to finally come out with a scooter, and it was cool. But he just do it like came down. He just do a scooter like yeah, fuck it. But
Yeah, like I was pretty it was pretty cool about that. Like one thing that they need to do with his entrance, stop showing us the replay of him kicking his flip flops.
I think it's cool. I like it. You don't like it?
I think it's so dumb. It's so I don't. I mean, it's everyone's cup of tea. I don't hate it. It's just does that really need to happen? So
Does I really need a replay?
yeah. So the match happens, and this is another one. A good match between these two.
Yeah.
Um, I want to. I really would like to see where this goes for Ali now. I mean, I know he's gonna get a rematch for the championship again in the near future, but I'm more worried for Retribution. Like, what's gonna happen if hypothetically if Ali does win the championship? I don't know if it's at Fastlane or at Mania. Let's say if he does win, hypothetically, does that mean Retribution start getting like huge wins now or something?
I don't know. Honestly, I feel like it's like if you're not like what we said last week, if you're not gonna do no retribution, like just split them up, let them go back to what they were doing. Well, I don't know about Madden. I don't. He was doing commentary and backstage stuff. But have people like Dijakovic and Mia. And what's the other guy's name? What's his real name? Shane Thorne. Yeah, Shane Thorne.
Yes, Shane Thorne.
Just have him do something, man. Because honestly, you're really making Retribution look bad, and it's getting annoying. Honestly, they're all ta-
Hmm.
they're all very talented. Every single one of them are very talented, and you're just making them look like shit on TV every week. So
Randy Orton is backstage, and
what you
um,
feel? What you
what
feel?
what happened to the new backstage announcer that they had last week?
I don't know. He's not there this week, right?
He's not there at all. He, ah, ah.
Maybe that was a trial run for him. Like, yo, you're gonna have a trial run live on Raw, and they want to see what's up.
All right, so Randy Orton is
You didn't like you like who the fuck is this guy?
so Randy Orton's cutting a promo about how Alexa Bliss is challenging him at Fastlane and all this other stuff. So he says he's gonna handle this stuff once and for all, and if he has to burn Alexa Bliss, and you know what, let it burn then.
Like Brian Hurts.
So when we get to the main event, we have Drew McIntyre now cutting a promo in the middle of the ring.
Drewski.
You know, he's talking about how he defeated Brock Lesnar. Well, he defeated Brock Lesnar in the Royal Rumble. He won the Royal Rumble. He beat Brock Lesnar at Mania. He had a standing championship run, and that he promises to become WWE champion at Mania.
Don't ever.
We have then we have Lashley come out now for his match against Sheamus one-on-one. Drew McIntyre was, I think he was supposed to be on commentary, but he just grabs a chair and places it by the ramp in front of the ring and just watches the entire match. This was the first time that these two ever faced each other, Sheamus and Bobby Lashley, right?
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah, it was the first time ever match. I don't
Well,
think they ever faced each other, which is interesting. I don't understand why they never faced each other.
I mean, Sheamus wasn't in the company throughout that time that Bobby Lashley was in there. So,
Yeah, you're right. Yeah,
and
they were still
things,
grooming him.
yeah, they were still grooming. Like Sheamus showed up on the new ECW a few years ago when WWE went HD at the
Yeah,
time. So, yeah, but the first time seeing these two wrestle, this was good. And these guys really stiffed each other. I could actually tell when I see this match over and over again. It's like, yo, these guys really stiffed the living hell out of each other.
let's be honest, right? Between these three, Sheamus, Bobby Lashley, and Drew McIntyre, they've been beating the shit out of each other. Okay, like these guys, and this is how it should be. Like these big guys, this is how they should be wrestling. They should, it shouldn't be where you be like, oh, okay, they're not hitting each other. Like let these guys wrestle. Let them do what they do best. And then the crazy thing, the awesome thing about it is like between Sheamus and Drew McIntyre, they're light skinned, you feel me? So you can see the damage that's being done to them. Like somebody like Lashley can't really see it, but if you're watching the match, you can tell like Sheamus is really hurting this guy. Like he's putting the same hurting on Bobby Lashley as Bobby Lashley is putting on him. You could just see it more on a guy like Sheamus because he's milky complexion like Santino would say.
Yeah, I mean, I enjoyed this match. This was pretty good. I mean, Sheamus has been putting on like amazing matches throughout 2020 and this year going forward.
But
Bobby Lashley, placing him in the main event, being this almighty champion that he is, and like they're really trying to like make this guy a true legit star. And I like to see Bobby Lashley shine forward after Mania. Like, yeah, I could see most likely he's going to become a WWE champion again in the near future. I wouldn't be surprised if they pull the trigger and say, you know what, we're going to let Lashley win this one at Mania.
I don't think Lashley's losing the title at Mania. Honestly, I know you have your doubts and you think they're gonna take the title away from Lashley at Mania, but I don't think so. I think all this work that they've been doing, I think that he's gonna retain that Mania.
Yeah.
I think he might retain that Mania, and then we might get a surprise wild Brock Lesnar appearing on Monday.
I mean, they kept trying to rumor this whole, oh, make it a triple threat between Drew, Lashley, and Brock. And I'm like, no, let's not do that. Let's not. Can we
Let's
just
not,
not?
but that match would be monstrous. Like I only want to see Lashley versus Brock. He deserves his one-on-one against Brock Lesnar. He's been wanting it since he came back to the company. He wanted it before he was in the company, so I feel like it's overdue. I feel like give him Brock. Brock, if you're watching this, give the people what they want.
Yeah. You just got to give Brock a good amount of money to do this, to make this happen. Look, this main event was a good main event.
Mhm.
Um, I would like to see what they do with Bobby Lashley moving forward, going towards Mania, because if they are really if they really did this at the very beginning of the show and they're not gonna have any build up for Sheamus whatsoever, I feel bad for him because they could have made this. Oh, winner goes on to face Bobby Lashley at Mania, and you could have added a stipulation. They just gave them a regular match, and I thought it was gonna be like a last man standing match or something.
I thought it was too. I would it was trained. I guess not.
Well, I mean, we have a few more days left. We just have to wait and see. Um,
Yeah, you know how WWE like announces stuff on IG. Oh, now breaking news. Now this match is now blah 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 blah.
yeah, like they added a few more matches onto the card. Um, I am gonna watch SmackDown this Friday though. Edge wrestling on SmackDown for the first time in like 10 years. Holy shit!
Oh yeah, that's true. He's facing Uso.
Jay Uso, because the winner of that match is going to be the special guest enforcer for the Universal Championship match between Daniel Bryan and Roman Reigns at Fastlane.
Wow, that's gonna be interesting.
All right, so um, this Raw was just it was bad. It wasn't very bad, but they made a lot of stupid decisions here. There wasn't really a lot of build up heading towards Fastlane. New Day winning the tag team titles, bad booking decision, but you know what? Congratulate them. They did a really good job on that match. That was the match of the night. They
Yeah,
always steal the show. Please, just stop with this fucking Shane and Braun thing. This is getting it's it's getting way too personal. It's getting way too personal, and I feel as if they're gonna do something crazy at Fastlane just so they could save it for Mania.
yeah,
Uh, Again, this women's division needs help. I'm glad Asuka's back.
yeah.
Overall, this whole show just gets a fucking it just gets a D.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was real bad. Honestly, like like we said, some of the matches were real good, but they're leading to the pay-per-view. Yeah, it wasn't that interesting for me. Like I said in the beginning of the show, like I wasn't really into the show, and you know, it is what it is. WWE just gotta do better, man. But it's the weekly shit, man. It's like I said, man. One week they have a good week, the next week they have a bad week, man. They can't they it seems like they can't never be consistent. Just give us like, good week after good week after good week. Vince is getting old. He's losing his touch, man. Honestly,
And it's space. It's going to be everyone's conclusion that Vince is just out of touch with everything that's going on with
he is though.
wrestling and just all this other stuff. I mean, look at what all these other promotions are doing. Everyone's now joining this forbidden door with AEW, and who knows what's going to happen there.
It's with that itself, it's working, man. Honestly, like it's working, man. It's about time, and we've been saying that for so long, man. That these wrestling companies they have to work together. They
What do
have to
you?
they have to work together to give us, something that we've never gotten before. Like all these matches that all these possibilities, all these great matches that we could have, man. That they wasting time on, man. Like it's good what Don Callis is doing, and shout outs to him, man, because he's doing something that a lot of people were shitting on. A lot of people say, "Oh, it's not gonna work. It's not gonna work. This is not gonna happen." Blah blah blah. And look what it's happening now, and now everybody's like, "Oh, this is
Well, it's happening, but it still needs time to blossom with this whole pandemic going on and everything. We don't know what to expect. So
it's working for
everyone just needs to be very patient with what's happening right now with AEW and all these other promotions.
Yeah, I've been saying it before. I was like, yo, it's gonna work. It just needs time. It needs time just like everything else. Just like every storyline, every character build, everything needs time. Like, and that's what everybody has to understand, man. Something could be whack at this moment, but that doesn't mean that it's gonna continue to be whack moving forward. And we just have to give it time, be patient, and stuff will work out, man. If it's meant to happen, it will happen, and that's all we need to realize, people.
All right, we're gonna wrap it up here. Let's let's do these plugs real quick and let's get the hell out of here. You can find us here on youtube.com/Ramblemania show with your weekly scheduled stuff for Raw Rants Banter Club. Stay tuned. We will be having live reaction for Fastlane uploaded soon enough. You can find all of our audio stuff, Linktree, Ramblemania Show, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, SoundCloud, Spotify. You can follow all of us on there. YouTube.com, Facebook.com/Ramblemania Show, Twitter @Ramblemania, Instagram @Ramblemania Show. Twin, tell them where to find you.
You find me on IG, Savage Pro Wrestle. Well, Savage PWPC. Still working on everything else, but yeah, you can find me on there. Make sure to comment, leave your comments, like, subscribe on YouTube, share with people. Yeah, let's help us expand.
Yes. And you can find me on Instagram @iZombies. IZOMBIES.
Woo!
For Jay Savage, I'm Heels with the iZombie. We are Twin Magic. Wishing you all a point and goodies, a too sweet,
a goodbye, and good night. Bang.